Okay, to try to save a little bit of time, I've already written down the formula and things like that. I've already written down what A, B, and C are. Number 2, reminder, this is the standard form. Get everything on one side, 0 on the other. When you do, the x squared term is the one that has the A. A is being multiplied by x squared. So in this case, A is 2. B is the one being multiplied by the x term, or the linear term. So B is negative 10. C is the constant, or the number by itself, so it's negative 48. Okay, that's where I get the A, B, and C from. A, B, and C. Write that down to the side so you can see it. And then I plug it into the formula. Again, I like to do these two parts first, and then I go to the side and I figure out what goes underneath the square root. Since B is negative 10, I'm going to plug in a negative 10, but then that's going to switch it to a positive 10 in a moment. Plus or minus, I don't know yet. I'll do that in just a moment. All over 2 times A is 2. So this becomes positive 10 plus or minus, I don't know, over 4. Okay. Plug in the negative 10. That switches it to positive 10. 2 times A, which is 2, is 4. And now I'm going to figure out what's B squared minus 4AC. And this comes from last Wednesday and Friday's homework. B squared is negative 10. That's 100. Negative 4 times A times C. That's negative 4 times 2 times negative 48. Sorry, running out of room there. So I go to the side. First of all, negative times negative is positive. So it's going to be 100 plus something. I take 4 times 2 times 48. 4 times 2 times 48 is... I want to turn the calculator on. 4 times 2 times 48 is 384. 384. Add 100 to that and you get 484. 484. 484. Okay. Now, I want to take the square root of 484. The square root of 484 is exactly 22. Okay, I intentionally gave you a slightly easier problem this time. Okay. Just something to quick recap here. Since number 1, the square root was not a perfect square, and we rounded it to a decimal, what that meant was there is no way this problem ever would have factored. You could have tried all day long, and you would never have gotten number 1 to factor. Okay. If for some reason the square root comes out perfect, the square root of 484 is exactly 22, that means there is a way this problem could have factored. If you are good at factoring and you understand factoring method well, you could have factored and solved this one. Okay. Just a little information there about the square root. Okay, and now, just like before, the square root of 484 is positive 22 and negative 22. So this is where we want to split it into 2 problems. 10 plus 22 over 4. 10 minus 22 over 4. Okay. I split it into 10 plus 22 over 4. 10 minus 22 over 4. Like I said, from here it's all calculator work, but make sure you push equals. Okay, this is going to be 10 plus 22, which is 32, divided by 4, which is exactly, this is x equals 8. I take 10 minus 22, which is negative 12 over 4, which is exactly negative 3. Okay? And again, I gave you answers on pages 3 and 4. Not for you just to write down the answers, but for you to actually check it. And there is the answers of 8 and negative 3. 8 and negative 3. For some of you, I mentioned, do not write this as a parenthesis. A parenthesis means X and Y. These are called set bars. Okay, those are set bars, which is the set of answers. So X is a list of answers. Okay, kind of a minor thing, but I just want to make sure I mention that. Set bars is a list of answers versus parentheses, which is an X and a Y ordered pair on a graph. Okay, so I hope that helped. I'll do a quick little recap again. First thing you do is get everything on one side, 0 on the other, which it is. Second, get your A, B, and C values. A, B, and C. Substitute them. These two are the easiest ones, so I like to do them first. I plug in for B, switch it to its opposite. Since B is negative 10, that switches it to positive 10. Since A is 2, that makes the denominator 4. And the hardest part of the problem is that right there. Okay? That's why we practiced it Wednesday and Friday. We need to find out what B squared minus 4AC is. And from Wednesday and Friday's work, you should have got 484. The difference is that's what's under the square roots. Make sure you take the square root of that. The square root of 484 is exactly 22. So this just ends up being 10 plus 22 divided by 4. 10 minus 22 divided by 4. Remember, when you plug it into your calculator, you have to push equals right there. If not, it's just going to divide 22 by 4 instead of the answer by 4. Yep. Hope this helps. Your assignment is to do numbers 3 and numbers 4. Good? All right. Have a good day. Email if you have any concerns, but re-watch the videos. All I can really tell you in an email is exactly what I'm telling you in these videos. Re-watch the videos, pause it, rewind it as needed until you understand it. Thanks. Bye.